Ori, I need you to roll a dice. Okay, 1 second. I have to grab the dice. Give me just 1 second. Okay, I have returned. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. Okay, Alex, I do have a dice. So you said a 6, right? So if we get a 6, it happens? Ah, no. Okay, so we're good. So the Great Reset does not happen today. It was a 4. Okay, so hi, hello. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful Friday. Hopefully everyone is having a extremely wonderful Friday. I did have just enough time. A die, yes, that is correct. I did have just enough time to get everything printed. Maybe some of you guys were trying to warn you about, or warn me about it. However, our lizard took up a lot of space on the printer, so we're going to have to do some plastic welding. Where's his head? I had his head with me. I had his head with me just like a second ago. Oh my gosh. Of course, now I lose his head. But that's okay. So I had to like do 3 different prints. So yeah. Give me just a second. Okay, I have 0 idea where a giant lizard head went. But there is a giant lizard head somewhere. That's okay. No, I was like coloring on him too before we started. He couldn't have gone far. Surely he couldn't have gone far. But hi. Hopefully, what infill did you use on that? 5% infill. So the infill on this is 5%. If you guys want to see how thick he is, like this is how thick he is. That is how thick our lizardy boy is. But yeah, happy Friday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is having a very good day. Yeah, he's most certainly a thick wizard. He's a wizard lizard, as some may say. Seriously though, where's the head? The head's the cutest part, man. Did he like fall over? I don't know. Oh, hello, Sifo. And hello, LM Dragon. Can you tap on him so we can hear the natural frequencies? Sure. I don't think there's any natural frequency. I don't hear anything. Kind of just hurts my hand whenever I do that. Seriously though, where did I put the lizard? This is all because I did the... This is all okay. I just need to calm down. Anyways. We need to get started. So, I had to print it in 3 different parts. Well, technically 4 different parts. 2 of the parts were planned, but 1 of the parts were not planned. No, 1 of the parts were planned, 2 of the parts were not planned. I was hoping he'd fit entirely on a single print, but, oh, there he is. Unfortunately, he did not fit. Wait, hold on, let me get slightly out of the way. I feel like I'm slightly in the way. Okay. Okay, look at him. And yes, it is. Oh my gosh. Look at him. Look at my boy. Look at my boy. He has... Look at him. Isn't he adorable? Isn't he adorable? Anyways, so we're going to have to do some plastic welding to put them together. Hopefully that will go okay, I imagine. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with that. I don't know how I want to kind of keep these guys together to start. Honestly, I'll probably just lay it flat and try to get the backside first. I'm excited to see how you do plastic welding. You're about to be very disappointed, much like my parents. You're about to be very disappointed. Okay. Okay. I also work with things with wires. I just connect them to big things like switchgears and stuff. Plastic welding, do you mean a lot of glue? No, I mean plastic welding. So what I'm going to do is I have some spare green filament, and then we're going to heat it up and then try to get it placed along the seams. That was the plan. It should work. And then, of course, I have a disposable soldering iron. This is not my main soldering iron, but we have a disposable one. Or rather, it's the first one I used, but it's basically disposable. Let me see if I can get this guy together. First things first, I'm going to try to get this guy at least a little bit level with just normal melting. We'll add some material in a bit. But what we are doing, a well usually heats up a piece of metal, and as he heats it up, torch runs along the joints. Yeah, that's interesting. Honestly, I've only done plastic welding a handful of times. By a handful of times, like 3 times. So I would not expect the world. Then I'm going to... What type of 3D printer do you have? I have a Bamboo Lab P3S. But you see, it's like... It's attached now. It's not like very well attached. And we're going to add material to it. But should work for our purposes. And also, guys, happy Friday. I didn't get, like, the opportunity to properly say it. But yeah, happy Friday. You made it through another long week. Oh my gosh. There is so much... Thank you so much. Wait. Guys, I've lost all control. There's no escape. Where did the control key go? Thank you so much for the raid, though, Airs. Hopefully you are doing well. Welcome in, Raiders. I am Oriana Aura. I'm a VTube hybrid human dolphin. We are working on a lizard. We are trying to make the lizard meme, aka, you know, like the lizard who presses the button. So we're making a lizard animatronic so he can press the button. And yeah, because I like to participate in brain rot. But yes, welcome in. I have lost another key on my keyboard. Man, that's going to make coding hard. That's okay. Anyways, Friday, it's Saturday in the morning for me. Oh, I see Z plays. Okay. Let me see if I can heat this guy up just a little. Bamboo has some... Oh, yes, that's correct. But generally, they aren't good at, like... I've found not great luck with Bamboo's, like, dowel printing and dovetailing. I'm not sure if that's because diagnosis skill issue. It likely is because of diagnosis skill issue, right? But I just haven't had good luck with it. But yes, again, let's see. You guys made it through another week. We are 21 days into the daily content challenge. Yippee. I'm not dying. You're dying. Yeah. Also, what did you guys get up to, Airs? It was a test rate. It was a test stream? Was that correct? I believe it was a test stream. I think I saw you playing Marvel Rivals, but I was not sure what you were playing 100%. Because I was only there for just a little bit. What you soldering? We are soldering a lizard. With no context, that sounds really bad. But we're soldering the lizard. Did you see the Riot news game thing? No, I didn't see the news. Yeah, I was trying to stream from an old MacBook and Stream Deck while traveling. Oh yeah, because you'll be traveling. Very cool. Scoliosis. Apparently people now buying dedicated hardware for cheating in online games. So for Riot, I could be wrong, but doesn't Riot employ Vanguard, which is a kernel level anti-cheat? So you'd need something pretty advanced to get around that, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Ideally, we won't have to weld it on any of the faces that are going to be super visible. Just because I don't want him to look ugly. These PCIe FPGAs directly access and manipulate data in RAM. That seems like more effort than it's worth. Like, I don't know. That just seems like more effort than it's worth. Like, do you have to be that good at Valorant or League of Legends? Is the average gold player truly that hard stuck? You know? Okie dokie. You'd be surprised to what length cheaters go to. League rank is social status in South Korea. Okay, is that like nerd social status though? And we are playing Deadlock, which is like Overwatch plus League. Oh, sorry. It looked like it was Rivals. Okay. Sorry. Clamping this guy together so we can get the welds. But yes. Let's see. So yeah, guys. Anyone have any super exciting weekend plans? I don't know about y'all, but I actually have an extra long weekend this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh, thank you so much for the hydrate. I will hydrate in just a minute. Does the average WoW player have 20,000 hours? No, that's extremely rare. People are claiming the update bricked their hardware, which does not seem to be the case. Interesting. I'm going to a musical this weekend. Ooh, dude, that's super cool. I should have gone to a musical when I was in New York. Like, I actually have a pretty good, like relationship with my doctor. And she was telling me things that I should try while in New York, and going to a musical was definitely one of them. Thank you so much for following SAO Army Vid. I'm guessing you're a fan of SAO. Okay. Then we just need to fill it. I'll be in New York City. New York also has a museum of math. Ooh, I love math. Have you tried welding PLA with a Dremel? No, I actually have not. Formerly? You were formerly an SAO fan. Oh, okay. So you made that account like super long ago, and then now you cringe whenever you see SAO stuff or someone mentions your name. Is that correct? Again, this doesn't have to be like the best plastic welding. It just needs to not break immediately. Exactly. That's okay, dude. I kind of want to see when your account was created. I'm guessing it's probably around 2014 to 2015, if I had to guess, based on SAO's popularity. Okay. One more side, and then we'll be good on the head. I got to study for electric machines course for the rest of the weekend. Oh, that's okay. I totally didn't wish I'd get SAO'd. Like, I totally didn't see SAO for the first time, and I'm like, wow, I wish I could have gotten SAO'd. I'm not sure if that's like a normal human level thought. Well, I'm half human dolphin hybrid, right? So I guess that kind of tracks. But I thought it would be, I thought it'd be pretty cool to get like isekai'd. You know? I'm not sure if I'm crazy. Okay, no, you guys all also had the thought. Good. I'm amongst friends. Again, this doesn't need to be a super durable job. It just needs to hold. Okay. Yeah, that feels pretty good to me. Then I just need to put a little bit of material. So what I did, or what I'm doing, is I put little X's into it. I'm putting little, like, scratches and scores into it, and then I'm going to fill the middle with material. That's the plan. That is what I am doing. However, like, it's awkward to, like, hold it up, because his hand's in the way. Isekai anime has been around since the 90s at least. Oh, hello, Healing Kill. That's an interesting name you got there. It's both ways, I suppose. How's it going, dude? Okay. So I just need to plastic weld this. Also, dude, this Twitch channel, guys, this Twitch channel has taught me so much. Like, I know I say this often, but, like, I super duper appreciate this because, like, even from just, like, a career perspective of what's been added, I've just had the opportunity to learn so many, like, interesting things. Like, I would have never been doing this. I don't know. It's just cool. Yeah, the Wizards of Oz was an isekai, that's true. Inuyasha was an isekai. I loved Inuyasha. Also... Okay, Ty, why'd you gift a sub to truckcoon.pk? Thank you so much for gifting a sub to the channel, Ty. It is very much appreciated, but never necessary. Inuyasha is time travel. Oh, is it time travel? Wait, what's the difference between time travel and isekai, though? Not sure if Inuyasha counts more time travel than linear travel. What is the technical definition? Okay, guys. Guys, I have a question for you. Is Chalk World an isekai? Or Chalk Zone? Dragon Tales is also an isekai. Wait, why are so many, like... Oh my gosh, that was really bad. That was a really bad thing. I almost burned myself. I mean, I was still several inches off burning myself, but that could have gone a lot worse. Okay. Okay, there we go. Filled in the holes. And discussion of categorization of things tend to be pedantic. Yeah, that's generally true. Okay, so he's welded now. Now we need to attach his leggy. So this leg is... So again, I had to print him in 3 pieces. I'm not sure if this was what Ty was trying to warn me about, by the way. Also, hold on. Do you think it would be better if Lizard leg was like this, or... Nah, it's gonna be like this. Okay. Why not glue? So if I hot glue this, what is it? Hot glue doesn't actually bond that well, right? I'd argue time travel could be considered See, yeah, I think time travel argument is definitely like a reasonable argument. Um, that it's considered an isekai. But that's my opinion, man. I just work here. I don't even work here. I don't think I'll be able to clamp this anyway. I don't think we need a bigger clamp either. And again, this isn't the articulating leg. This is just a additional leg that I had to print because our lizard friend was too big. Now, you may say, Ori, aren't you left-handed? And why are you using your right hand while soldering with something that is 400 degrees centigrade? And I would say you're super duper valid for that. You're super duper valid for asking why I'm making such a terrible decision right now. But it's because angles. I've learned not to ask some questions. That's okay. It's because Ori never picks the same choice. Also, yeah, what are you supposed to do? Change the angle or change which hand you're using? Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, Husk. Husk, what's up? Long time no see. How's it been going? You change angle, you're a coward. Also, I didn't solder this guy straight. That's okay. Angle sounds easier. You think so. You would think so. But I'd rather just change my entire reality. Okay, there we go. Leg soldered on. And then for the last leg, let me go ahead and unplug this since I think... Oh, wait, no, I still need to add the plastic. Do I even need to add the plastic for this one guy? Nah, should be fine. Grows your omnidex skill? Exactly. Okay, so, lizard. Arm. We do have a mount just for it. We have a hole. The hole is meant for this. So why are we soldering plastic again? So the reason why we are soldering plastic... Apologies. The reason why we are soldering plastic here, DocRec, is because my printer bed was not big enough to print this. Because it's 330 millimeters long, give or take. And unfortunately, 330 millimeters does not fit a normal build plate for a P1S. And also, something that I did realize is that we did not give this guy enough gap. So we kind of need to address this. So we can either grind it out, or we can try to use a new tool. I'm hoping we can use the new tool. Hello, and thank you, Ori. I'd say just shrink the motor for a bit. Just shrink the motor a bit. Oh yeah, of course. What was I thinking? I should have just shrunk the motor a bit. But it's time to welcome a brand new friend to the table. It's time to welcome a brand new friend to the table. That's right. It's our friend, Mr. Dremel. Is Ori going to curl her hair while she works? Is Ori going to curl her hair while she works on a project? Wait, what do you mean by that? It's not a... Dude, I don't even own a curling iron. Wait, how do you place these? I thought it was a hair curler. No, it's not. Two hands to loosen. One holds the base, the other at the end. Oh, thank you. That makes no sense, by the way. Just want to say that makes no sense. Okay. Can we put a googly eye on it? No. No, we cannot. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just get a small chunk out. So I'm going to get rid of a small bit of the area inside so we can run wires. Because it fits the motor, it doesn't fit the wires super well. It would work in theory if you... I feel like that's not making very good progress. Hold on to the activator thing. Not enough power? Maybe not. Grab the one with the roughest surface. Yeah, no. It's just ripping it apart. Okay, let's not. Let us... Let's... Honestly... We're not trying to make a hole. I'm kind of just tempted to get... I have an idea. I have a good idea. I might just switch to the good idea, because I think I have just the file for this. I have just the file for this job. Okay. So I'm instead going to try to make, like, a divot using this triangle file. So, give me a second. That is correct, Michael. We are doing lizard stuff. Dude, we're a professional. You know, we're professional engineers. Here, we're making a lizard, you know, lizard animatronics. You know, Disney Imagineers are actually in my DMs right now, trying to figure out how they can copy this for their work. Does this reset everyone? No, it does not. I keep it constant. Okay, let's go ahead and give this... 120 degrees in a dream. Okay, there we go. Just slide this guy into place. There we go. Okay, see? Does she look good, chat? Does she look good? Free fiction fit, yeah. It is a pretty good fit. And then, of course, we have our lizard arms. We have our lizard arm. It's a little smaller than the other arms. They're gonna copy you and cease... Listen, if they cease and desist me on this, like... First of all, are they looking at this? Clearly, this is, like, a hobbyist level thing. Okay. Nah, they're developing the same case. Nah, they are just They are just developing the same animatronic. Then in 20 years, people claim Disney copied you. Exactly. That'd be the funniest lawsuit. Dude, if I got sued by Disney, that would be the worst timeline for me. Okay. I'm not sure if this hole's deep enough. Okay. Okay. So now his hand, right now, doesn't touch the ground, which I think is what Ty was trying to warn us about. I'm not sure if Ty was trying to warn us about the hand not touching the ground. But that's okay. Helicopter hand. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if this guy's working. Have we done any of the software on this guy yet? I don't think we've done any of the software. There was several things. I don't remember what all of them were. Yeah, so the plan is, the height of this button here is actually just about perfect of this stepper driver, so we're just going to mount the sensor here. So he'll just like slam into the micro stepper driver. Exactly. Also, is his... Guys, is his head too long? I need you guys to be honest with me. Is his head too long? Is his head too long? Is his head too long? It feels too long. Like, okay. It's mostly that his arms are tiny. Yeah. Your lizard child head is perfectly sized. Don't worry, he's just a goofy little guy. Yes, he is indeed just a goofy little guy. Okay. Next, what we need to do, I think we need to get all the software for this guy working. We'll have to get the software functional. And the idea is that whenever I'm trying to find my thing in Discord. Give me a second. Whenever you guys press the button, it should... let me make a new source. Media source, local file. Okay. And then we go here, and then we go here, then we go here. Then we go here. Then we go here. Go here. Lizard. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys saw that for the brief second that he was on screen. Lizard, lizard, yes, lizard, 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 lizard. Sorry guys, I didn't know it was spamming the lizard in chat. I'm sorry. I for some reason I didn't have the media source on my properties, so I can't hear it for some reason. Give me a second. Wait, why can't I hear that source? How do I listen to my own media source? Close FM egg options. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry to the people who are expecting something else. Give me a second. We might have to do it a slightly different method. Audio properties, the tiny headphone icons, I think. Media source. Okay, you guys are gonna have to endure it for one more time. Okay. You probably have to configure the right device to send it to.
Now we don't hear it.
Now we don't
You guys
hear it.
now.
Can you guys hear
Can
it
you
now?
hear him now?
Can you hear him now?
Can you hear the people
Can
sing?
you hear the people sing?
You're not hearing it?
You're not hearing it?
Lizard.
Okay, what about this one?
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
What about this one?
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
Yes,
Lizard.
okay.
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
Oh my gosh, why can't... Okay. Anyways, I'm going to mute it for a second while I need something to, we need something to get the settings ready. As fun as it is to just annoy people and spam chat, I don't think we should be doing that. Okay, so we need to get the software working for the lizard. We are going to be using, of course, a ESP8266. We are also going to be using touch sensors for the lizard to hit the button. Hopefully, I don't see why not, but hopefully we won't have any issues with it, with the actual power. So let's go ahead and see. I love the lizard sound effect so much. Me too. And you know, that's okay. That is perfectly a-okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this guy attached and get this guy going. So again, we are just wiring up our animatronic now. Well, actually, we're wiring up sensors. I think we'll only need a single output. And again, this is supposed to be a relatively quick project, so we should finish it today. So that is also good. Okie dokie. ESP32s have capacitive built-in touch buttons. So, fun fact, we actually don't want capacitive sensing on this because this little guy here does not have a... is not a capacitive sensor. So unfortunately he won't work too well as one. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this guy wired up. We will just put this on 3 point something volts. 3 volts and ground. Okay, we'll put this guy on 3 volts and ground, so there should be no issues. And then we'll also need to measure the I/O, which is the input-output. We are going to be measuring on D2. Actually, D1 or D2? D1. We'll measure on D1. That'll make my life slightly easier. I'm sorry. Isn't the red sensor capacitive too? I have, through testing, this sensor has not been capacitive. We've used it several times for like mechanical based options. So I'm not super worried about it, Michael. But yes. And also, I want to check the I/O, so it'll be 4 and 14, so I want 5. Okay, so we need to check our pin out diagram and make sure we are looking dandelions on it. Hello, can't say, just popping in to say hi. Hey, useful reptile, how's it going? Okay, here we are. Wait, why is this guy... Nope. We'll get there eventually. The literal last possible. Oh my gosh. Please. And then transform and flip horizontal. There we go. Okay. So again, we need to connect to a GPIO here. So the GPIO that we are going to connect to is GPIO 5, which is the second pin on the right side. So it's D1. So we will be connecting to D1. Okay, I've not used them, so. Again, I'm like 90% on that. Hold on. I mean, we can test. Actually, I'm more than 90% certain. I am like near 100% certain. Oh, hey, that's a big lizard. Yeah, the lizard turned out a bit big. That's okay, you know? Yilio is just gonna be a little big guy, and that's okay. Okay, so touch sensor. When it's not plugged in, this guy should go red whenever you touch him. So see how it goes red. And then if we're touching with lizard, see how lizard, if we make contact, also. Also should work. Yep. Okay. Hopefully. I hope. Hold on. As we've done similar stuff before, thank you for the hydration check. I will hydrate. Let me just... Water. Okay, got the water. Wait, wrong bot? Yes, wrong bot. Wrong bot and you're toxic. How does that make you feel? Anyways, so if I put this guy like right here. Oh, I'm not saying, but this lizard sets a very high bar. How does this lizard set a high bar? How does this lizard set a high bar? Pray tell. Oh my gosh. I have a way of doing... Wait, why aren't you activating? You should be activating. One sec. That looks very useful. I guess it is extremely useful. So that's true. Anyways. I'm looking forward to seeing how this project is going to turn out. Okay. So the idea is if I tape it like this, and then hit it. See? Okay, and then we hit it, and then release. Hit it, release. Hit it, release. I think that works. Hold on. See how the light goes red, though, whenever you hit it? So we'll have to line him up and make sure he's good, but... Lizard, 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 lizard. Okay, so that's the objective here. That's how we're going to mount it, and then we are actually going to be reading the output from this. So whenever you plug in the output pin, what should happen, I'm not 100% sure if the light's going to stay on. I don't think it does. Is that this guy should get a signal. Okay. Now, what we need to do, I'd like to get this guy mounted, and then proceed from there. And we need some electrical tape for that. So I feel like we're struggling with the light a bit. Maybe I'm just crazy. Well, I am crazy, but you know what I mean. Okay. Yay. Let's see. What else am I looking forward to? Again, there's a new EverQuest server that's coming up in the very near future, on the 27th, that I'm looking forward to. Again, I've said that copy pasta at work before, Alex. So do not recite to me. Do not recite to me the crazinesses of my. Okay, so he needs to kind of like really press into it. Okay, crazy as all perspective. I guess so. Well, gotta go have a good stream. Thank you so much, useful reptile. I hope you have a very good rest of your afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. Or morning, I mean. I actually haven't heard you talk, so I don't know where you're from. Or I don't recall you talking. That's working surprisingly well. Is it not supposed to work? Wait, should this not work, Gideonir? Again, we function... I think I've said this before, but we here at Oriana Ori Inc. function on the Warhammer Orcs version of technology, which means... Did you just color the lizard with a crown? Maybe. Yeah? Do you like him? What do you think, Electric Raccoon? Do you like him? Isn't he beautiful? Like, hold on. It's on brand for sure. Exactly. Look. Can't you mentally imagine it right now? Mentally imagine the lizard pressing the button. Lizard, 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 you know, lizard, 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 lizard. Anyways. Okay. Anyways, so we need to get... That animation can only aspire to be as good as the real thing. Listen, this is going to be better than the real thing. Also, still, I don't know. His neck seems super long. And also, he's exceptionally thick. Guys, how many C's do you think this is? I think this is like 4 C's. I think this is thick with 4 C's. What's your opinion? 4, 5. You're thinking 5. 1 C per inch? 1 second. I have a ruler. We can measure. Give me a second. Yo. He is 3.5 inches tall. And then he is... he is just about 16 inches long. So he's 3 inches tall and 16 inches long. Why did we make him so big? I like how I say we. You know, while we were doing it, you guys were just like, no, stop, don't do it. Yeah, we. Okay, listen, we try. Listen, don't ask us. Don't drag us into it. Okay. Right, I forget that you guys are my chat, which means that, the way Twitch chat works, correct me if I'm wrong, is that every failure is on the streamer, but every success is on the chat. Yes, that's correct? Okay. Alright, next we need to actually hook up the motor. Pretty sure that was the contract I signed. You get 1 in 100 successes. Well, that's good to see that I at least get 1 in 100 successes. Okay, anyways, we need to get this guy wired. So, luckily we have most of it in a kind of ready position. So I believe these 2 are grounds. Dude, what happens if we finish, like, super early? You know, asking for a friend. If we happen to finish super early, what would you guys like to do besides spam the lizard button? What would you guys like to do besides spam chess? Chat can be whipped into obedience. I don't do that though, Emu or Eon. I believe that chat is free to do what they wish. Power wash sim, XDX. Oh yeah, yeah. We just go. we just request a collab with Avo out of nowhere again. That is the plan. I'm joking. I'm joking. I would not do that. That would be so. Though I do like hanging out with Avo. I do love hanging out with Avo, by the way. Avo is such a sweet person. Let's see. Dare Pulse. Be the chaos you want to see in the world? What type of chaos we feeling? Surprise Avo collab? Let's go. No surprise Avo collab. I think Avo would lovingly throw me in a pit if I did that. Avo almost accidentally raided 20 minutes into your stream. Very nice. That's very Avo, Corey. Avo Ori podcast stream? Wait, I shouldn't have this many... Oh yeah, that's why. Okay. Surprise Otaku collab? Surprise Maple collab? You guys are crazy. Okay. Okay, please. Button should still work. We'll put, like, the lizard button on, like, a 1-second timeout. Surprise Cogs collab? No, I don't think we'll be doing that. Okay. Next, we need to get this guy powered. She hates me. I don't hate you, Cogs. I do not hate you. I don't hate anyone. I am of the strong opinion... Well, actually, no, there is one person in this world I hate. But, I'm of the strong opinion that, like, you shouldn't hate people. I wonder if I still hate that person. Not even sure. Anyways. But yes. Life is too short to hate. Okay. Ground. VCC. I dropped my mouse on the floor, which is just wonderful. Is that person the orange hippo? No, the person's not the orange hippo. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make this guy chat controlled. So, we are going to dive in and get this guy chat controlled because we want a chat controlled lizard. Okay. Wouldn't be opposed, but by the time I plan on going live, it's also just going to be late enough to end. Oh, what time do you plan on going live, Ty? Okay. We need the code. Let me go ahead and get the Arduino code up. Guys. What am I just keep slowly losing keys. What are we gonna do? Because I actually kind of need this control key. Like, I kind of need this control. I guess I can still kind of press it. Like, yeah, I can still press it. Just gonna be a little rough. Okay, real quick, I am just opening up the network code. I need to place the network code before I stop eating them. Print a new one. I'm not gonna 3D print a new keycap. What? Can you actually do that? Wait, can you actually print a control keycap? I guess you could model it. You'd still have the right control, though. Yeah, I still do have the right control, but I've never used the right control. Also, Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry having to use this. Yeah, pry off the caps locks and place it there. I use the caps locks too much. Because I use the caps lock instead of shift whenever I type because I have brain damage. You know, as one tends to do. When you're a streamer, you have massive amounts of brain damage. Okay. We can now capture the window. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the code that we're going to be editing. So again, we're going to start with the network code. We are going to port in our stepper code, then work forward from there. So it's pretty simple. Our goal is to be connecting to the network. I'm going to move Elio out of the way for a second, so I can type. Because having space to type is important. It's okay. It's more common than you think. My sister also uses caps instead of shift. I never understood it. Well, I never took a proper typing class in my entire life. Or rather, I was never forced to type properly in my entire life. And I kind of grew up on the internet. So by the time that stuff was like even like doing it in school made sense, I already knew how to type. And I still remember, dude, there was like some, gosh, now I'm angry. There was some typing game that was at my elementary school, okay? There was a typing game at my elementary school, okay? That ran on the computers. And what it was, whenever you had to... I don't know why I just crashed my VTube studio. 1 second. Wonderful. Okay. Sorry, I just got a little too passionate there, guys. What I was saying was one time, or not one time, I'd play a typing game, right? And I'm expecting it to work. But you know what it gets angry about? It gets angry about they did not code it correctly. The people who made this did not code their stupid game correctly to take caps lock as an acceptable input. So if you did caps lock A, caps lock PPLE for Apple with a capitalization A, it wouldn't register it. And you'd just be stuck. And it was like some game where you were like digging around for treasure or something. I don't know. It was a while ago. But, dude, I don't know. I took psychic damage. Like, I took an immense amount of psychic damage. That's because you're not supposed to type like that. I feel like you can type however you want. Is that a crazy take? Yes, but slower. So how many words per minute do you type? Like, it's been a while since I've typed purely for speed, and this keyboard is not optimized for speed at all. Schools normally want you to draw lines. You can whatever, but people don't get mad when a game assumes people use shift. Suboptimal in the current metagame. No idea, my hands are messed up, so it's not useful metric amount. That's fair. Okay, so right now I'm just copy and pasting in some code that we are going to need, and I am regretting my life. I'm regretting the life choices that led me to this very moment. Like, okay, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Ori. It is going to be a-okay. Control C. Okay. I'm sorry. I taught myself to type the same way, but eventually I started using shift when I was like 10, maybe younger. That's fair. I don't know. I never had a use for caps lock. Or can you see the white room right now? No? Is there a white room that I'm supposed to be seeing at the moment? I do feel like I'm in the white room. Okie dokie. Lizard. 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 Okay, so we have our lizard bot. If you guys type lizard, if you guys type, yeah, actually no. So the command is going to be just the normal lizard command. So it's going to look like this. So if you type the little emote thingy, like if you type lizard normally, you'll get the little lizard clicking the button, right? But yeah. Okay. You should put a cooldown. We will put a cooldown. The cooldown will be in the code. We don't necessarily worry about that until we're in production. Okay. So, lizard code. Once you guys ever press the lizard button, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and what do we want? We want to rotate revolutions. Oh, and we're also going to have to change the dir. Okay, so I'm also going to have to change the dirs here. So the reason why we're going to have to change the dirs, let me see if I can explain real quick. Okay. So as it rotates around, right? It will get stuck on the button if you go too far. So the idea is that this is going to be the resting position. So this is the resting position, and then this is the down position. So it needs to only rotate 90 degrees. So it's only going to do a quarter of a rotation, or slightly more than a quarter, because we kind of want it to press into it a little. So that is what we are going to do. So give me just a second, and we are going to put that logic in. And I know how to do that logic totally. Pen high. I believe that's correct. Okay. So this will write our directional pin high and then low, and that should change the directions. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. My Control C, Control V is not working. I am going to cry. Live on Twitch, I am going to cry. Okay, sorry. Okay, there we go. So we want it to do that, and then after this portion, oh my gosh, it might just be easier. Digital, right there, pin, low. Okay. And then we don't need an internal cooldown on that portion because the servicing function here can only access the client loop every second. And then what we do want to do, however, is if 14 and 4. So we want to use our pin number 5. So this is pin number 5 as a input. And then if this guy is high, for the moment, if okay. Okay, so if digital read 5 is high, or 1, send Twitch message, saw the lizard. Okay, so that should work. We're only saying that it sees the lizard button at the moment. It doesn't need to actually play anything. We're just checking the motor logic first and foremost. So let's go ahead and check if the code compiles. Again, I didn't check if it compiles anytime while writing all of this, so there's a good probability that it doesn't. And that's going to have to be okay here. Okay, excellent. The code compiled. You know what they say. Beautiful like code that compiles on the first try. We're an excellent software engineer. Testing and prod is the best way, right? Yeah, I think so. I tend to think so. Say a positive self-affirmation. I am a talented engineer. That is my positive self-affirmation. Isn't it illegal for code to compile first try? Maybe. Maybe. And also, how are you doing, Shinsta? How's it going, dude? Okay. Get the lizard. Get this out of the way. Needs to be very careful. Oh, this goes here. This goes here. Okay, and then I need to get the lizard in this position, I think. Then here, then power. Okay, could someone please type the lizard emote? You guys are actual trolls. Okay, so we have a problem. So what we are going to do is I'm going to check, I'm going to send a message to check that we are received lizard. I'm going to double check that we're actually receiving the message, so give me a second. So all that I did was what is that, lizard? All I did was just add a received lizard. No, this is bad. This produces an infinite loop. Okay. Better. How's working the job going, you know? I'm doing good dealing with muscle soreness, but surviving. Yes. Sorry that you're dealing with muscle soreness. Also, usually being a line cook, it's like super hot in there, right? Yes, but I can handle it, no worries. Okay. Are you still going to clip? And hey, what's up, Razor Sun? Okay. Okay. Let us try the... Okay, so it's receiving the message. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Because we don't need it. And I don't want it to spam chat. So I'm reprogramming it right now. I want it like there. Okay. I'm going to try, though. I haven't figured out the best way to balance it. Do you want to do the smart thing or do you want to do the procrastinators thing? I find that procrastination and the fear of letting people down is a far greater motivator than anything else on this planet. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I say that I'm going to do something, I will move heaven and earth to make that thing happen. And if I can't, I will be extremely sad. I'm not sure if anyone else is that way. But I built an open source workspace for Arduino. Would you check it out? Potentially. If it's on like GitHub or something, I could take a look of it. I'm not just gonna blindly download it and hope for the best. Is that why you're up so late? Maybe it's why. It works for the most part. Trojan.py. Can I find something on GitHub or something? Okay. Let's go ahead. What's odd is the bot should have sent something. The bot should have sent a message that it's alive again. Okay, lizard bot's alive. Go ahead and give it the command. Please give it the lizard command. I can already tell you this isn't working. That's... Okay, that means we have a short. Okay, so something that I noticed is that, you know, one day I'm going to be a better engineer. It's not going to be today. But, like, one day. One day it shall save the world. Okay, okay, okay. Totally had him powered. Mm-hmm. Totally. Alright. Oh, why are you bonking me? Okay, please try again. Please try lizard one more time. Oh my gosh! Oh! No. That was a lot harder than I expected it. I'm not sure if you guys saw the force at which that came down. Okay, so it's not reversing direction, though. Boy, oh boy, was that thing aggressive. Okay, hold on. I gotta power it off, and we gotta do some reprogramming. Okay, so there is a slight issue. He's a little too strong. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, but the lizard may or may not be doing steroids. That's okay. So I know what the problem is. It's super simple. It is a super simple issue. We didn't do a second rotate directions to return it to its host position. So we were setting the pin back low, but we were not toggling the states, which also would have worked, but this is a cleaner solution. I'm not sure there are better engineers. I think we just get better at exuding false confidence. That's not true. There are better engineers. I work with a few extremely talented engineers that are some of the smartest people I've ever met, so... Trust me, there are good and bad engineers. When you get skill diffed, you'll feel it. You'll feel the skill diff. Okay, uploading the code. Give it a second. Okay, so again, what should happen is he should hit the lizard button when we get the Twitch message. Try again. Is he actually okay, hold on. Okay, try again. I can't tell if he's hit. I don't think he's making contact. Try again, please. Okay, hold on. All right. We did some slight adjustments. Go ahead and try again. Jeez. Okay. I know what we have to do. We actually have to change up our digital logic in order to get this guy to work. So the issue is that it is immediately pressing it and then hopping back out. So it's going to have to leave it there. However, what that does is it actually doesn't make it work properly. So what we have to do instead is we are going to have to do some clever placement, some clever product placement. So what I'm going to do is remove this step here, and then if we detect it, we will we'll reset the lizard positioning system. So that way it will wait until it actually sees it. Does plastic actually trigger the sensor? Yes, of course. Of course, why wouldn't plastic trigger a capacitive sensor? It would be crazy for it not to. Again, I just have to delusionally believe in myself and it will work. Listen, guys, as long as you are delusional, you can accomplish absolutely anything in life, okay? Okay? Clever hack? Yes. We are good at clever hacking. Asha Sinju, how's it been, Shinsu? How's it been, dude? How's it been? Has it been good? Has life been treating you a-okay? Life's been treating me pretty okay. Doing very well. Nice. Alright, please try the lizard button again. Okay, so we have an issue. We have an issue. There is a logical issue here. What we need to do is fix the logical issue. So what we need is a integer here. I'm just going to make it int. We are going to call this active state. Do we? Yes, we do. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to use a variable called active state, and then if active, oh my gosh, active state. Okay, so we're going to set the active state. If active state is equal to 1 or equal to 0, do this. And then we set... No, this is fine besides that. And then we also need to set active state equals to 1 here. And then we reset active state back here. Active state equals 0. Okay. So that should cause the solutions that we need. I hope. So essentially we needed a variable to make sure that it actually saw that we touched the button. So that is what it is doing. That is what it's responsible for. Okay. It's gonna work. I wonder if someone should ask Avo. I'm joking. No. We can't do that. We can't do that here. I wouldn't do that to Avo. Avo is so nice. Okay. You are not joking. I am joking. Anyways, please try lizard. Oh my gosh, that was so violent. Okay, hold on. It was slightly off kilter there. We were slightly off kilter. Okay. Okay. Please try again. He's a little guy. Okay, it needs to be slightly further down. Okay. It just needs to be ever so slightly further. Okay, try again. Okay. Lizard. Good. Look at him go. Lizard. Okay. And then we have to do something real quick to change the client loop. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the client loop to pull every 200,000 or 200 milliseconds. That should cause the lizard button to speed up significantly. We are still probably going to be limited by how fast it can service the function, but that should speed it up by a factor of 4. And I know 5 divided by 1,000 is... Or 4 divided by 1,000 is 250. The reason why it speeds it up by a factor of 4 is because you have to service the client loop function. Notters, notters, notters. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. She is beautiful. I'm sorry, it's so pretty. Okay. Now that we have the lizard portion of it working. Wait, what happens if you guys do multiple lizards in a single sentence? Can someone put like 10 lizards in a message? And see if we get like a deja vu. No, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay. Cool. So it's only one message per. Okay, spamming does work though. No, you use the index of anyways. The lizard. He's so cute. Look at him go. He just pressed a little button. He's a little guy. He's a little guy. Sorry. Okay, so we actually have to make the sound part work. I can only think of one solution, and that is unfortunately a Python solution. So I am going to have to go into Visual Studio Code. And we are going to have to do some duckery in Visual Studio Code. Okay. This little guy. Okay. Okay, hold on. We have to edit the code. We're gonna have to do some code editing here. I'm going to change this to Saw the Wizard, Mr. Liz. Ignore that. And then what I need to do is I need to change the code. Okay. And then I need to see if this compiles. Sorry, guys. You guys won't be able to see the code for a second. Okay. Full stream auto spamming. You can host the web stack on an ESP, run client browser. That JS sound will run locally the website. I'm totally not doing the most obvious thing. Anyways, could someone please type lizard? What? Is lizardbot not running? Oh, lizardbot's reprogramming. Sorry, lizardbot's reprogramming still. Give it a second. Okay. He's so cute. Look at this guy. He's just a little guy. Okay, and then what I need to do is I need to go to Discord. I have a very... Okay, hold on. You guys need to behave. Behave. I'm gonna need you to behave. Okay. Okay. Huh. Okay. Wait, did I crash my VTube studio? I may have crashed my VTube studio. Apologies, 1 second. Okay. Okay, so I have an idea for the solution here. It's not a beautiful solution. But she is a solution, chat. You know? Okay, so what we need... If only Twitch had integration to play sounds. I know, right? Okay. We're gonna have to come up with a suboptimal solution. Real quick, we don't need the Python code right now. The issue that we are running into is that I do not have a good method of if we touch this guy, that's easy enough. And if we see the lizard, which we saw the lizard, I want it to play the sound. But I don't have it uploaded. I don't have it uploaded yet. Create, upload video. You know, sometimes my own genius scares me. I'm totally not uploading Lizard to my channel right now, so I can do something. I would never. There's no such thing as a suboptimal solution. Exactly. Okay. Okay, so what I have to do, or what I'm doing, is I am copy and pasting. Hello, thank you for the headpads. I am going to upload privately to my YouTube account the lizard. And then I'm going to have it click on the video to replay it. Just because. What? Guys, keep in mind, sometimes you have to come up with some slightly suboptimal solutions. You know, sometimes suboptimal solutions are the way of life. How did you... Wait, how did you even think of that? Wait, was there a better way of doing it? Next. Unlisted. Save. Publish anyways. Then we go to the link. You're...
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
Can you guys hear that? Hold on. Let's double check. Can you guys hear it?
Lizard.
Okay.
Lizard.
Good. Good, good. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and give this bad boy a try, shall we? Okay, give me a second. I have to, like... Okay, so you guys aren't gonna like this solution. Have you guys ever come up with a really, really, really bad solution? Like, I'm talking exceptionally bad solution. I'm sure you guys have. But let me explain what this code is doing. Okay, so this code is listening to my Twitch chat right now. If it sees the Mr. Lizard the wizard, Mr. Lizard code when it's checking through the string message that is being received. It will then cause my computer to click on a specific location. And that specific location will then press the YouTube button to play the video again. That's an optimal. Just what are the other words for? Oh, these words were from a chat brain rot detector that I made. So this is leftover code from the chat brain rot detector, which was able to it was able to shock you whenever someone in chat said brain rot. This was before 6.7. Yeah, so this was like the third or fourth project that we made, like, gosh, like well over a year ago. But yes, so essentially what it did is it listens to the Twitch IRC chat. It checks if any words are on the forbidden list. If any words are on the forbidden list, it clicks the punishment. Talk about bespoke solutions. Yeah. Listen, we get a little... Oh, there's also a massive memory leak in this program, so there's a good chance. There's a very good chance that we get... that... There's a good chance that it just crashes my computer because there's a memory leak in here and I can't find it and I can't be bothered to find it. Okay. Anyways. So if we crash suddenly, know that it's because we are the best engineers who did ever engineer. Shoot. Apologies. Slightly down to the right.
Lizard. Lizard.
Yes. Okay.
Lizard.
Okay, let's give this guy a try.
Lizard.
No, don't cheat. If you guys cheat, I won't forgive you. No cheating. No cheating, chat. No just directly going for the answer. Stop it. Stop it. No directly cheating. Okay. The bot is back on. Let it connect to the Ethernet. Also, I can't touch anything on my computer right now. Okay. Wait, why isn't the code turning on? Could someone type the lizard button? Hold on. Is it just broken? Little guy? Oh! I'm sorry.
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
Yes! Yeah!
Lizard. Lizard.
It works! It works!
Lizard. Lizard.
I just swallowed my hair. It works.
Lizard.
Oh. Did that not actuate it? Oh.
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
All right. Guys, I think this is mission success. Is this not a massive success? I feel like this is a massive success. This is a massive dub, right, guys? Lizard. Oh. Oh. 1 second.
Lizard.
The button is being a little finicky. Turns out hitting it repeatedly, it does not like being hit repeatedly.
Lizard.
Okay. Okay, so our bespoke solution
Lizard.
is to read chat, use chat to communicate with the Python program, use Python to send an auto click on the computer to click a video that we publicly or privately uploaded on YouTube to play the lizard sound.
Lizard.
And this works. Well, usually. I feel like that. Hold on.
Lizard. Lizard.
Oh, 1 second. Okay. Try that again. But yes, so this is mission successful. This really shouldn't have worked, but... Okay, I'm going to turn it off. This really shouldn't have worked, but it did. So remember that whenever you're trying to go with an engineering solution. Oh, thank you for gifting a sub to Lizard. Okay, we're done with lizarding. We're done with lizarding. Why not use... I can't believe that works. Listen. I work on the orc logic belief. The orc warhammer logic belief that if I believe it will work, it will work. So again, to one more time explain the robot / animatronic that we made. It is this lizard here. This lizard guy is responsible for everything. He is from the hoppers. Whenever you actuate and press the lizard button in check, it will light up this button, which will then say something in chat, and that something in chat will then trigger the website. Will then trigger the website in order to play the lizard sound. So, it is successful. Why are you thinking? What's wrong? Is something the matter? Do you not like the beautiful build quality? But yes, this was a fun little mini project. I'm definitely very happy that we had the opportunity to do this mini project. I'm new here. Can I ask, how did you decide to make this project? Oh, yeah, so Danrai, I've wanted to make this little project for, like, a week or two before. But yeah, I have brain rot. So essentially, I wanted this to work, or I wanted something like this. I don't usually, like, super plan things in advance. I usually actually come up with most of the ideas on the fly. Or, like, day of, or, like, week of. So, yes, usually our I'd say usually our systems are a bit more complicated than this. When it comes down to it, it's ultimately just a lizard pressing a button, right? Like, to play a sound. Lizard press button makes sound, right? But still, this taught us so much because we got to do 3D modeling, we got to do plastic welding, we got to do pretty much everything that I would want to get done. So, given that, what we are going to do now is I would like to ask you guys, who do you guys want to raid today? Because I think it's actually a good stopping point for us here, or we could just chat for a bit. If you guys would rather just chat for the next, like, 10 minutes, I'm also down to do that. Or we could raid out. Dealer's choice. But I have my beloved. Let's chat. Chat. Okay. Chat. 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 Okay. Looks like we'll go with chat. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is we are going to go over here. I love the stream. First time here. Oh, that's good. Dude, I'm glad that you like the stream. I'm glad that... I am really glad that you like the stream. Also, wait. Hold on. While we're doing that... Hold on. You know, there's no good reason why we can't run the lizard bot while we're doing that. Give me a second to reset up the lizard bot. I just have to put this guy here. Just gonna have to put this guy here, put this guy like here, put this guy over here, turn on this guy. And then real quick, it's not gonna immediately work, so give me a second to tune it. I do have to tune it. Okay. What did you model the lizard with? We modeled the lizard with a, we modeled the lizard...
Lizard.
We modeled the lizard in CAD. Or in, FreeCAD. Okay, please try lizard.
Lizard. Lizard.
Okay, don't spam the button too much,
Lizard.
but we do have it. Okay, so
Lizard.
let's talk about some stuff. So I am working on more projects, obviously. There are a few projects that I really want to try to take on that are more advanced. I've been debating really trying a project that is out of my comfort zone. But then again, I also kind of don't want it to end up like the pinball project, if you guys recall that project. And also, I would kind of like to try a project that teaches us something like entirely brand new. Like, that would be the most ideal outcome, right? Hold on, let me move myself slightly down. Yes, I agree.
Lizard.
Oh. Okay. Apologies. Will we ever go back to a failed project? I don't know.
Lizard.
Honestly, I don't know. Okay, could someone try lizard real quick?
Lizard.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, cool.
Lizard.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to, like, kind of get in a slightly better frame so you guys can see me. Okay, but yes, so, I do kind of really want to try a harder project, something that's more, like... On one hand, my specialty... Okay, so my specialty is actually, like, embedded software stuff. So I'm very good at embedded software and making different, like, components work with each other and optimizing things. So what we do here is, like, completely off the wall of what I'm experienced with. But I guess that's a good thing as well, because, like, again, I wouldn't have picked up plasti welding, I wouldn't have picked up, like, 3D modeling, I wouldn't have picked up so many things if I didn't do this. 30-part series with seasons. See, doing a 30-part series with seasons seems like something a certain just under underscore Jane would do. You know? A lizard that shoots a gun. Is that ambitious enough, though? Would love to see it, but I probably won't be able to be here for a while. And then also, like, again, like, one of the goals this year is to eventually push for partner. Like, I know we're still pretty far off of it, but I would really like to make that happen someday. Lizard that drops a nuke. No, we're not making a lizard that drops...
Lizard.
We're not making a lizard that drops a nuke, okay? Okay, Sayasbaz? Oh, okay, Gideon here.
Lizard.
Yes.
Lizard.
Okay.
Lizard.
Also, I was kind of hoping this project would have turned out a bit smaller than it currently is, because I kind of wanted to keep it on our desk for a little while.
Lizard.
But boy, oh boy, does he take he takes up a lot of space. Turns out if something's well over a foot long, it tends to do that. It's like 1.5 feet long, give or take. Well, actually, no, it's less. He's a chunky boy. We need a shrinkinator. We need a shrinkinator? I'm not sure if we could make a shrinkinator, you know? That seems like out of our depth. Besides that, again, I do have a long weekend this weekend, so I'm hoping to be able to stack up some content, which is going to be fun. Do you know what a dune lizard is? No, I don't. A lizard that shoots a gun while riding a motorcycle. What? I'm sorry, so you want me to... You're honestly pretty close to the partner requirements. No, I'm still, like, far off. Again, the goal is to push for it in October. That was the original goal. You could make something like that. Wait, you think I can make a lizard that shoots a gun while riding a motorcycle? Zivian, are you... Ziv. Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely certain about that? That I could do that? I don't even know how to make a motorcycle. The gun part's easy enough. Anyways, okay. Let's see. What else? Hold on. I'm trying to open something. There we go. Mice from Mars? Maybe. Oh, we can't see his face. You're not reading what I said?
Lizard.
Apologies. It's hard for me to read. Too ambitious. Are mechanical things out of your comfort zone? They're not necessarily out of my comfort zone, but keep in mind that anything that is like slightly more difficult than this rapidly falls out of my comfort zone of what I'm able to accomplish. And then I've also been trying to get new
Lizard.
new electronic tools to, or not new electronic tools, but new like tools for us to use on the channel. Like, I tried to introduce Mr. Dremel today, but he kind of failed. And that's okay. Mr. Dremel tried his best. But, maybe next time he'll do well. What do you think about using AI for embedded dev? I think that is an absolutely terrible decision, if you want my honest opinion. It is a absolutely terrible decision. You made a lizard in CAD, now you can make anything in CAD? Perhaps. Perhaps. Why? Like, why do I think that AI and embedded development is bad? So, AI and embedded development is bad in my opinion because you are generally trying to keep a very good grasp on your memory. You're trying to keep a very good grasp on your variables. You're trying to make things as efficient as possible. AI is not particularly good, or it's good at making single solitary functions, and it's good at making single, like, it's good at making single changes to repositories, but it doesn't keep in mind coding standards. It doesn't keep in mind the history of the program. It doesn't keep in mind basically anything. So it's not going to follow any of the styles. It's not going to follow necessarily the most functional flow. And then on top of that, you also don't know exactly what it's doing. So, so you don't know exactly, like, you don't essentially know what it is going to write as its solution. And its solution very well may be the absolute best solution that's available. Like, it's possible. It is definitely possible. However, it is not great for, like, a complex system or a system that essentially throws it out of its context window. So it's going to be limited when it has to look at 20... what if it has to look at 3,000 files and come to a conclusion on what to change to make something work for the AI-coded embedded development? Because some embedded projects are that big. Like, do you think AI could handle that? It wouldn't even have fit. You can review it now. It's just an assistant. So yes, you can review it, but at the same time, you are better off genuinely, some of those issues have been long solved. It can in the future. For now, it's hard. You can review it right. It's just assistance. I don't necessarily disagree that it's just assistance, but again, anything more than could a human handle that 3K files sounds overwhelming. The reason why I brought up the 3K files thing is because I've had to make a change that was 3,000 files manually, and it broke me mentally, and I don't think an AI could do that. Maybe design a Dolphin PCB for a DIY table light. I find a complex stream, but interesting. Instruction files, massive file context windows, and context compacting are normal. Still, I wouldn't trust... Again, like, I just can't trust it as far as I can throw it. Like, even if you tell it to develop in XYZ manner, like, would you guarantee that? What about guaranteeing someone's life on it? So what if you work on, like, an aircraft, for instance, like the 747, like, jet aircraft? Like, are you really, really going to AI code a solution for that? For embedded, you also have many different chipsets. It's also one of the things where you probably need to go over the whole thing anyways and just do it yourself from scratch, since you would essentially have to get an idea of everything fits together. I mean, Boeing would. Okay, guys. Okay, Boeing enjoyers. Okay, Boeing enjoyers. I forgot the lizard. I'm a software dev. Software projects are usually bigger. I had the same concerns now, but it's very much better than what you think. I disagree for the moment. If I get replaced by robots, that is fine. We'll have to see. We shall have to see. But for now, I don't think I'll be going with it. So, anyways, we are at time. So what we are going to do is we are going to raid out. So who would you guys like to raid? Apologies. Manual memory management. The problem is you think it's either manual AI, it's human plus AI assistance. I'm not necessarily disagreeing that it's human and AI, like, in software, yes. So you work embedded software and you... Sorry, I pressed the button. Otako? You guys are thinking Otako? We could raid Otako. Lizard. What should we make the raid message? Sorry, overall, I don't agree with it in embedded system development. I don't think it's rigorous enough. I don't think it's good enough at the moment. Yes, you can make it and prompt it to make functions for you, but at that point, that only takes, like, what? Saves you a few minutes per function. And then on top of that, just like both the ethics and other things. I don't know, man. Anyways, Lizard Raid. Alrighty, so we will do this. And okay, so let's go ahead and raid Otako. Thank you guys so much for being around. I will be streaming again on Monday. I may also be trying to do some other streams outside of our normal stream times in the near future. I will announce that, though, if that does pop up. But once again, I just want to thank everyone for being here today. It is super duper appreciated. I hope you guys are able to have a good weekend. Hopefully a good long weekend, right? And Lizard. Remember to Lizard, okay? Okay. Good, good. Lizard.